just a little update on the Vikings box. Before we start this new video, when I actually shared the 5 LARP boxes I regret not getting video, which featured the first update on the situation, to the LARP Box community page, and within approximately 20 minutes, my brain time, I actually got the invoice from LARP Box sent to me on my phone, and it's been paid, so the Viking LARP Box will happen, and Barbara or whoever sent that invoice, if you're watching this, I swear, I did not plan nor expect that to happen. And I was very surprised to see that invoice pop up shortly after I shared that video. Although if it had no correlation or relation to the sharing of that video, it is still a very funny coincidence that happened. And so, with that out of the way, roll the intro. Fellow adventurers, Fred here, and welcome to LARP Saga. And something I've talked about on this channel off and on about LARP Box is items that have a very ambiguous use. What I mean by LARP Box items that have an ambiguous use is items that don't have their function defined by LARP Box or by what the item is, like a dagger or a wooden stake made of foam. That's pretty defined as to what it's used for. However, on this video, we're going to be looking at my favorite kind of item LARP Box creates. It's the items that don't have a specifically defined function or purpose as to them, and leaves their function and purpose up to the user's imagination. And today, we're going to be looking at my 5 favorites of those kinds of items. So without further ado, let's dive into the list. Kicking things off, we have the Necromancer Spell Skull Focus. While true, I never got the Necromancer LARP Box, obtaining this from my family who passed by the LARP Box store on my behalf on their way back from Virginia on vacation. The Necromancer Spell Skull Focus, while true, does have its focus defined, but that purpose is a very varied one, and can take a wide variety of different forms, from launching magical beams from the eye sockets to discerning wisdom in the indentures of the skull and the fractures as well. The uses of such an item are widely varied. And any self-respecting necromancer character can come up with their own uses for this particular item. Moving on from the darkness of a necromancer's lair to the sanctuary of the forest, we have the Druid's Neck Pouch. This neck pouch is very useful for druid characters for containing... Moving on from the sanctuary of the forest to the moving on from the darkness of a necromancer's lair to the sanctuary of the forest, we have the Druid's Neck Pouch. The Druid's neck pouch, which is incredibly useful for druids carrying in natural items to be used as focal points for magical energy that druids use. It's containing a quartz crystal, an acorn, and a empty vial that you can put whatever you want inside it. The Druid's pouch, which is left deliberately ambiguous so that it can be used in a wide variety of druidic characters in various LARP games. Traveling from the forest to more scholarly environments, we have the Sorcerer's Scrolls. Now, a fair use for these scrolls, as told by the leather seals holding the scrolls rolled up. These scrolls can be used for channeling spells without having the need to use your own magical energies. You can just imprint the spell onto the scroll and just unseal it for when you need it. However, I actually went a different role with that, even though it is a fair idea. The idea I came up with these scrolls, given how each scroll has a different magical seal on it, and is held together by its own leather seal with individual markings, means I came up with the idea that these scrolls are actually conduits for speaking with supernatural entities that can be used to glean insight and information and for something that you need to know in order to proceed through a quest or a storyline at your LARP. Close to the end of this list is the Dragon's Fang. Yes, I know, it's weird that a dragon Larp Box item ended up on merely the number 2 spot on my favorites list. But when you hear what beat it, you'll understand. But focusing on this item for now, the Dragon's Fang has a wide variety of potential uses, both magical and non-magical. I personally went the magical route and use it as Radnor's arcane focus. This is the item he uses as a focal point for his magical energies. But it can easily be used as like a trophy or from a dragon hunter or something that characters give as a token of appreciation, or was gifted by a dragon to a player character, or for some reason or another. Or the choices are vary wildly when it comes to this item. So you're probably wondering what item could possibly beat out the Dragon's Fang for my number 1 favorite ambiguous use LARP box item. Well, that item would have to be the Magic Cube from the Schools of Wizardry LARP box. This is the item that turned me on to the concept of LARP box items whose uses are ambiguous. It was primarily because this item was literally a blank slate because it didn't have any markings on it. And they gave you a silver Sharpie so you can create your own markings on this, so it could be whatever the heck you wanted it to be. And plus, it lit up. As you can see, it's shifting through different colors. I jokingly call this the magical rave effect. This item has been used for so many different things in my imagination, and that is why, because of how versatile and ambiguous the use is it's the number 1. In fact, I like this so much, I bought a second one. off a website that focused more in LED party supplies. They had these kinds of cubes, only bigger for very flashy parties. They were big enough to sit on that website that I found this one on, and it is still a very useful item no matter where you find them. So those are my favorite items in terms of the Larp Box items that have a very ambiguous use, as well as some of the uses I personally use some of these items for. But if you have any ideas for what you use ambiguous Larp Box items for, sound them off in the comments down below. And if you like Larp Box items that are ambiguous as much as I do, give this video a thumbs up. And for the new people, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss another video. You can find links down below to my social media and support pages, as well as you can drop me an email at this address. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the trail of adventure. One last thing before I roll the credits. I want to say I'm glad everybody is loving the green screen who has responded to it. I honestly was very surprised with how much of a positive response the green screen got on this channel. Oh, it was very daunting to get the effect to work, but somehow I think I did it right enough that people loved it, and I'm grateful that you love the effect. I'm just saying I was very surprised how well it turned out my first romp into using this green screen. So if you love the green screen, rest easy because it's here to stay. So with that out of the way, roll the credits.